Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. Next part of the tour of my collection. Since last time I filmed football cards, parts 1 and 2, which hopefully I loaded in order. This time we'll do football non-cards, since this is the next notebook I grabbed. So here we go. Franco Harris is a preprint. Terry Bradshaw. I'm not sure if this is authentic or not. It was received in 1993, so it might have been when he was still signing. Sonny Jurgensen and Don Perkins. Then we have, I'll be telling you the wrong people there. Grab 2 pages. Earl Campbell, Larry Kasanka, Jim Craig, and Preston Pearson. Those were all gotten a while back when before before pictures were so cheap. Sid Luckman, Lou Holtz, Otto Graham, and Tex Schramm. As you can see, I got some old ones. Football's always been a passion of mine, so I always get this. I was thrilled to get this one. This is Tom Fears. I sent me the next card, and he sent me back that postcard. I thought it was so cool. Deacon Jones, Buddy Ryan, and Lee Creekmare. Mean Joe Green, Ernie Hughes. I don't know why there's only 2 on that page. Johnny Lujack, Bob Greasy, Fred Morrison, and Jim Plunkett. George Blanda, George Musso, Archie Manning, and Ken Stabler. Archie Manning, and wrote for some reason on the opposite side there. So it was like, I couldn't read my writing at first. So I was going to tilt it over. Weeb Eubank, Bob Lilly, and Tom Flores. So that's it for your next cards. Next, I've got little pictures. Mike New, Ken Willard, Leroy Jordan, Jerry Jones, of course, Charlie Joyner, Charlie Trippi, former Georgia Bulldog, Hall of Famer. Al Flores, Mike Rozier, George Kittle, oh, why a postmark on the back of George Kittle's. Mike Holmgren, Bobby Bowden, and Ted Kwalick. Kwalick. So you pronounce it however you want to. John Cappelletti, Martin Douglas, and Dick LeBrow. LeBow. It's the first time I had to read most of them. Leroy Kelly, Eugene Mercury Morris, and Steve Owens. Vince Dooley, former coach Georgia Bulldogs, now their director of athletics. Here's another one of Vince. And here's Lee Corso when he was with UGG at University of Georgia. Right? Yeah. Donnie Anderson. Sarah Thomas, the first female NFL ref. And Barry Sanders. Or Barry Switzer. Boy, I can't. You went through right in front of me. I'm not saying the wrong thing. Billy Sims, He has a barbecue barbecue place. Greg Landry, and Paul Tagliabue. Jim Burson, Harold Jackson. Dan Hampton, you call him Danimal, was his nickname, his Chicago Bear. He was huge. When I met him, which was years after football, he was still big. This is, let me get this part here. Nick Saban, not sure if it's authentic. I've been hearing rumors that he's AutoPen now. And Coach Oregon, at Oregon, back when he's LSU. That's part of my mom's collection, which is mine now because she passed away. But Keith Van Horn. And on this side, what do we got here? Jay Hilgenberg. They signed little stickers, and then I don't know if she got that from them. She worked at, for many years, worked at Children's Memorial Hospital, and they used to get different celebrities through there. You know, you see the media of, such a celebrity comes see the sick kids, and, it's good for the kids, and I don't disagree or anything, but then the celebrities would see the employees for a while. So they would sit down in their lunchroom and sign autographs or whatever. So that's where my mom got a lot of the Bears when they came to the hospital. This one, Michael. Oh, that's cool. All right, Steve McMichael, Chicago Bear. He has MS, I believe now. He is quite realistically shriveling away. His former self, you wouldn't recognize him if you saw him today But if you go online, there is a petition right now going through Chicago. I think we've turned over to the NFL or to the Hall of Fame, but to get him in the Hall of Fame before he passes. So, if you were a Steve McMichael fan, Chicago Bears fan, look for that online. You can probably find it and sign up. Dabo Sweeney. I got multiples of these. A couple times I said for him, I didn't realize it was him. Didn't realize that was one I got. And when I got it, I was like, oh. So, this is another one the Bears visited. So this is a newspaper he's put out, Chicago Bear Report by Doug Buffone. That's backside. And on it we have Doug Plank sign, Bob Avellini, and Gary Fenzik, and Doug Buffone. Doug Buffone, Gary Fenzik, Bob Avellini, Doug Plank, Bob Avellini. And I know Doug Buffone looks like it's part of the graphic. It's not. You can see how old that thing is. Let's see what years it say. 1982. 1982 that newspaper is. So that's got some age to it. Bob Avellini. I believe that's their TTM because I think that is a stamp or preprint. So, again, some of these, they're preprints or stamps. I just kept it in the collection. And before I actually knew that preprints existed and AutoPen and all that stuff existed, I just got them in the collection. Drew Bledsoe. Terry Bradshaw. Old picture of Pittsburgh. Assigned back when he was an active quarterback. Dick Butkus. Got that in a trade. As a lot of my football 8x10s I did. Kerry Collins. Quarterback. Here is one's dual signed by Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith. I got this from trade also with a reputable dealer that I used to trade with on a regular basis. He had sources all over. He He was based in Los Angeles, still around today. But he used to have some of his tricks where he would have an extra. He wouldn't get to know the ball boys at the Lakers games, and at the time they would have the Lakers sign for charity, so they would be in charge of the ball racks. So they would put like a couple extra for him and sell them on the side. There's Brian Cox. So that's how he used to get a lot of his autographs. Of course, it's changed these days. There's a little more Mike Ditka. There's a little more control over the autographs and what's being signed because of big contracts and everything. There's Brett Favre, nemesis of the Chicago Bears. And now Aaron Rodgers takes over that role. Charles Haley. Needless to say, we were very happy after last year. We thought Aaron Rodgers was going to retire, but then, lo and behold, he comes back. He's still got a chance. Season hasn't started yet. He might still retire. Here's Jim Harbaugh. He's playing these. And the new guy's brother, John Harbaugh, at Michigan. I think he's Michigan. Oh no, this was the Ravens. Sorry. Ravens, I forget who's coaching where. Jerry Jones. Jim Kelly. These are sticking together. Bernie Kosar. Derek Mason. This is an email request. Next one's an email request too. Or Eagles Gus Malzahn. There's another one I traded. Joe Theismann. Or actually, no, I think he was an auction. So I'm suspicious about the signature. Warren Moon. This is trading. Okay, I talked about this autograph in my other video of Walter Payton. As you can see, this Buick thing. He used to be at the car show every year. He was a staple. He was the spokesman for Buick, Chicago Buick dealers. And you can't see he signed in ballpoint across his name, across dark area. But signed in ballpoint, Walter Payton. There he is. It's probably his second, maybe first, second, third year. And the preprint signature, but his authentic signature is right there. Saw him in person. Saw him in person twice. Well, more than twice, but twice. I don't know if I told you a story. He got me out of trouble. You're like, what? Walter Payton? What are you talking about? Jerry Rice. I was going to pick up, at the time, my girlfriend. And running late. And I had stopped to get gas. And I stopped married. I don't know, we've been married, but by that time. It was right after we got married. So I stopped to get gas. Barry Sanders. And there was a BP that he used to always get gas at. And I happened to stop the BP and pumping my gas, look over, who pulls in? Walter. So he's on the backside, you know how a gas pump has two sides? He pulls on the other side of me. And he says, hi. I said, hi. I'm like, hi, Miss Peyton, how you doing? Deion Sanders. He says, I'm good. We had a little bit of conversation, and in the conversation I said, I'm on my way to pick up my girlfriend. I'm late. We're going out for her birthday. I think it was her birthday. And he's like, oh. He's like, tell you what. He says, you got a card? I said, yeah, it's in the car. He says, give it to me. So I gave him the card. He signs the card. Don't be mad, Brian. I kept him talking. Love, Walter Payton, Sweetness. And he hands the card back to me. I was beyond happy. Walter Payton not only signed a card, but personalized it to my wife. Because he started to her. And then gave it to me. I'm like, I shook his hand. I'm like, thank you. He's like, yeah, no big deal. And I said, well, now I can take my time getting there. Set up the speed. Gale Sayers. But yeah, that was Walter Payton. He was that nice of a guy, though. If you saw him in public, no big deal. Say hi. No big security guards around him, nothing like that. Mike Singletary. So it was a sad day in Chicago when he died. Will you be sorry? You might see my really old ones, you see little dots and numbers. I tried to number my collection one time and try to inventory it. Never got done. I'm still I'm closer than I've ever been, but I'm still like notebooks I have to enter. Lovie Smith, former Bears coach and Illini coach. Now Texas, I think he's the Texans defensive coordinator. There's Matt Sue, he always ran Walter Payton. He tells some great stories about Walter. Like practice, Walter Payton used to bury, used to put M80s, big fireworks, in the grass. And he'd carry a lighter on them, and he'd light them just as people were going in the huddle, or the defense would go in a huddle or something. Obviously, it was during practice, not during the game. And they'd blow up, and you'd see all the defensive guys jump. So he used to always play tricks like that. Herschel Walker. This is a magazine article I wrote out. Had him sign it. This is want to be a Republican candidate for Congress, it looks like they're saying. Peter Thomas. Bears back quarterback for a while. Eric Zaire. He was a Georgia quarterback. Went to Cleveland. Yep, Cleveland Browns. And last but not least, Chris Zorich. Chris is Hall of Famer now, I think. No, Zerlocker is Hall of Famer. He's not. Zorich is not. But that's my football 9 cards. Tune in next time. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, tell your friends, comment on the video. And my next notebook, who knows, because I never pay attention when I do. So, meantime, enjoy, and may your mailbox be full of anything you collect.